Hey everyone, welcome to the Guiding You Forward podcast presented by Mountain America Credit Union. I'm Kristalina Brown and we are here with Tony Rasmussen and we are talking about how to help you become financially free. What advice would you give us for those of us that we don't want to have a hole in our pocket?
Right.
Where our budget is there, but the money's just flowing through it continuously.
Right. Or maybe we realize that we've completely blown a budget or need to get it back on track.
Yes.
Right?
So for example, after my Amazon leave.
Your Amazon maternity marathon.
Yes. I love that.
Yes.
The marathon. Yes. Yeah. Which I will say, my husband did say a package a day keeps the anxiety away. Which, so there was some positiveness that came from that. But I fell off the budget. How do I get back on the budget wagon, Tony?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to say, some people would actually put this last on the list. I'm actually going to move this up first on the list. Don't beat yourself up. Because approaching any situation with a negative mindset is not likely to go well long term. So I'm going to say don't beat yourself up over that. But what you can do is you can survey the damage. Just be honest with yourself. Find a way, if you're in a relationship especially, find a way for you guys to sit down together and say, this is where we are. We realize now that we've got $5,000 on a credit card that we didn't want. And so you know what the impact is. Right?
Okay.
From there, you can make a plan for repayment. Two very popular ones are the avalanche method, where you're starting with your highest interest rate. When that's paid off, you're taking what you were paying on card number 1 and putting that to card number 2, which has the next highest interest rate. So you're actually, the money's coming down. The snow's coming down. The money's coming down from the high place to the low place. So you're coming from high interest to low interest. That almost always will save you more money. However, there's also what is called the snowball method, where maybe just having fewer debts in number is motivating and rewarding to you. And so you can say, I paid off, I'm actually going to pay off the smallest debt first. I only have $500 on this card, so I'm going to pay it off first. And that momentum
just
sometimes
get it out
of the way.
Okay.
And so now I'm down to 2 credit cards instead of 3 credit cards. And sometimes that momentum can keep you going. And so you can actually go in reverse. You can eliminate the smallest debt first and move forward. Now, some people say, well, it's crazy. Why wouldn't you want to save the most money? Well, we're not all wired the same way. We're not all motivated the same way. And so if having fewer debts is more motivating to you than perhaps saving money in the long run, and even though it sounds crazy, there are those of us out there that actually feel that way, and it's okay. You are who you are. You feel the way you feel. And so that can be a good way to do that too. But make a plan for that repayment.
Okay.
Cut out and often, usually, almost always, whatever you want to say, we're going to have to cut out the extras. Right? Those things, again, the spontaneous spends. In order to get back on the wagon, we're going to have to cut those extras, be willing to let those things go, especially things that we want but don't ultimately need. We do need to leave room for savings because, as we talked about, having no cushion at all, most of us don't feel comfortable. And when the unexpected happens, we're going to want that cushion. So as you work on your plan to get that paid down, then let's leave some room, some cushion, leave some room from savings. Make sure that you're saving. Again, we talked right at the very first. Make sure the saving balance is going up, even if it's just a little, not coming down or not having any savings at all.
Okay, so that's my question. Let's say I fell off my budget wagon with all my Amazon spending. Let's say I spent $10,000 in that 3-month period, which I didn't, but if I had. If I had. I've got 10 grand on my credit card, but let's say I've got money in savings. Do I take that from my savings to pay towards this credit card that I now have this high balance on? Or do I just say, nope, savings is where it is. Here's my debt. I'm owning it. I'm putting a little bit more towards that and maybe not putting quite as much in my savings each month now because of my poor decisions.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And again, it will vary based on the person.
Okay.
You want to look at a couple of things, right? If the money is sitting in a checking or a savings account, it's probably earning almost nothing for you.
As of right now, yes, that's very true.
If you've got the money in a certificate or other types of things, it might be earning a little bit for you. So you can think about that. But if you've got, a credit card that's 25% interest rate and you're only, earning 0.25, then you'll want to consider that. I loved what you said about the fact that maybe you're not going to take it all and pay it off all down unless that would be very motivating for you. Think about where your motivation is going to come from. Are you going to feel better about having that credit card debt completely gone and being willing to build up your savings? Or is it going to be more important for you to say, okay, we're going to pay extra on the credit card and we're going to get some good chunks? Or maybe you take half. Let's say you had $10,000 on the card and you had $10,000 in savings. Maybe you take $5,000, put it towards the card to give you some momentum, but then you continue to save a little bit along the way. So I actually think that's a great approach for that, because an unexpected expense will come up. And again, instead of just going back to what might have been a default habit for you in the past of putting it on a credit card, plan, as we talked about, always have some savings and make sure that it's always growing whenever possible.